Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Dear brothers and sisters, today we want to continue with the Quran. And today we want to discuss chapter 8, verse number 27. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brothers and sisters, throughout the Quran is highlighting the fact that we need to worship Him alone. Dear brothers and sisters, if you have a friend of yours and that friend worked very hard throughout his life. He worked in a car wash, he worked in a coffee shop, he worked in a restaurant, he worked in a cab driver, he worked day and night to save 100,000. Then he had to travel overseas, say for 10 years, for education. So he gave you that money and told you, keep this with I trust you for this money, and I'll come back after 10 years to collect it. Instead, what happened is the temptations of life, and you said, oh, that 100,000, let me make it 200,000. So you find somebody who is just opening a business or whatever, and you are contributed with that 100,000, which doesn't belong to you. And it turned out that that business was a fraud. That business was a scam. And you lost the money, which it doesn't belong to you, the money of your friend. After the 10 years, the friend came and he's asking for his money. How will be the situation right now? How will be the feelings? Your feelings and your friend's feeling. Because he worked so hard to get that money. He worked so hard to save that money. Dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have entrusted us with one very important thing, or the most important thing in life. La ilaha illallah. There is only one God worthy of worship. What does that mean? That means that the humans, the people around you, cannot harm you. They cannot benefit you. It's only Allah. So you don't have to beg humans. You don't have to obey the orders of other humans if it conflicts, if it's against what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have asked you to do. So your whole loyalty, the trust which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given you, you have to protect it by being faithful to Him. When something comes which Allah disagree with, Allah told you not to do, don't do it. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse He said, those who believe do not betray Allah. Betray Allah. How, Ya Allah? By not doing what Allah have asked us to do. Allah has given us duties, prayers, fasting, charity, zakah, all these things, being kind, talking about the deen of Allah, talking about Islam, all this stuff. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, don't betray me by not doing your duties, by seeking other things which will prevent you from preserving that trust. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next ayah is saying, what are these things? One of them is the money. The second thing is the offspring. So that's number one. Number two, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam wa Rasul. The Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam have suffered too much. He's been subjected to physical, verbal abuse to bring to us this book, the Quran. His Sahaba, the companions, have suffered too much also to bring to us his hadith, his sayings, his teachings. By not seeking knowledge to understand what Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam asked us to do and follow it, we are again telling him that we did not and we do not preserving this trust he gave us. Because like I said, the same thing, the guy who worked so much, Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam suffered too much to bring this message to us. We have to make him proud at the day of judgment. Otherwise, the feeling will be the same, brothers and sisters. If you listen to the shaitan, if you listen to the devil, if you listen to the society around you, and you don't comprehend the message of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, the same situation when we stand face to face to him in the day of judgment, the feeling, he will look at you as if you lost this trust, you lost the money, you lost the amana which he entrusted you to keep, to preserve. And we don't want this to happen, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to keep at all the time the consciousness of him. All these trusts he have given us. You are a guardian or a trustee over your body. You have to protect it. About your family, it's a trust. Your money is a trust. Your health is a trust. Your father and mother is a trust. Your kids, children is a trust. Your co-workers are a trust. Your customers are a trust. Your everything you deal with, brothers and sisters, in your life is a trust. And how you be able to manage and protect and preserve these trusts is by following the principles of the Quran and what the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam have told us to do. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم.